Alright fam, so the bottom is in. I have tweeted this. The bottom was in at the time and the market is pumping. We do have a little bit of redness, but ultimately, I do think the bottom is in. Market has bounced very nicely from the 50% level. But there's one thing today, in about 30 minutes, that could send crypto parabolic. Now, if you're rewatching this, you will be able to understand as well by the end of the show. But I really have to talk about this. It is happening in 30 minutes. I'm here to boil it down, and this could actually be not only marking the bottom, but marking generational bottom, at least for the next 6 to 8 months. So let's get into it, guys. If you're here, let me know in the comment. It's a huge show, one of the biggest shows I've probably done in the past weeks. Very, very important. Let's get going. Number one, most important thing is the following. What is this magic mushroom thing? The magic mushroom thing is the unemployment rate. Job numbers coming in today, non-farm employment change, hourly earnings, and most importantly, the unemployment rate. Now, this is happening in about 30 minutes. So what is the time now? In about 30, 40 minutes. So I'm not gonna be here on the show, but this is something that we all have to pay attention to. Now, the unemployment rate represents the share of the labor force that is jobless, but available and actively searching for work. So this shows you what percentage of the people who are able to work actually don't work and are actively seeking employment. So the reason why this is very relevant is, the reason why this is going to be one of the most important things is because the job numbers always drive rate cuts. Like if we have been talking about rate cuts for quite some time now, and rate cuts very simply can happen if the economy is not overheated. How do you measure if an economy is overheated? And so this is where JP, Jerome Powell, the Fed chair's reasoning came in on inflation coming from tariffs and the job market. If the job market is booming and unemployment rate is low, which he took down from very high, made it very stable. If the unemployment numbers are not going up, that means that the economy is still strong, there are jobs available, everything is fine. Now, we did see the revision of the job numbers last month or the month before, which shows that this is complete crap. And I had an interview with Stefan, who's the founder of Trueflation, and he explained it very nicely why job numbers will drive rate cuts. Listen to this.
I mean, unemployment is really going to drive cuts. I think that is what is going to drive decision. Is the economy really humming? The transition that's taking place right now.
So he was talking about exactly, is the economy really humming? Is the economy going into a very dangerous direction where people are losing jobs and employment is ticking up while inflation is cooling off and GDP is growing? So it's a whole shit show that we've seen. So what is going to happen today is that we're going to have the unemployment numbers, and the unemployment numbers will have a major implication on what the rate cuts are going to be. Now, it's important that there are predictions and there are discussions and major, Wall Street guys, for example, Goldman Sachs says that they expect a 50 basis point move, possibly, if we see the unemployment rate climbs higher in the next report, which is happening today. They said this in August. So we've been anticipating this for a long time. The only interesting stuff about this and why this could propel the market very, very fast is because there is 97% probability for 25 basis point rate cut happening on the 18th. The 18th is going to be the FOMC, and they're going to determine the monetary policy, whether they're going to cut rates or not cut rates. Now, for a little bit of refresher for those of you, what is this ticking? Do you hear this ticking sound? Is the terminal thing? So I brought this terminal thing up because I think it's genius, but how can I mute it?
At the top left, you can see the sound.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about a terminal in a second. Okay, so there's 97% probability for a rate cut happening, 25 basis point happening in September. But if you look at the probability is 2% for a 50 basis point cut this month, and 1% and only 54% for another rate cut happening in October. Now, here's what I said, and here's what I make of the whole thing. If you follow me on X, you know this. If you don't, there's a link in the description. Today's job report is probably one of the most important one by far. Powell's reasoning for no cut was twofold, as I said: tariff uncertainty and hot labor market. Now, tariff clearly have very little currently visible, and I'm saying this like currently visible. maybe there is the underlying inflation happening that we don't see, a lot of implications to this that we probably don't see by now. But right now, there is no visible signs of high inflation. And the unemployment, if the unemployment rate comes in 4.3% or higher today, a 50 basis point cut is definitely in the cards for September for the FOMC, and a minimum 3 cuts happening or guaranteed this year, in my opinion. So even though right now it's 50-50 whether we're gonna see another 2 cuts in October and what is it, in October and December, I do think if we're going to see the unemployment rate coming above 4.3%, 3 cuts is guaranteed this year. I mean, no one can guarantee 3 rate cuts, right? But I do believe that it is the probabilities will skyrocket for 3 rate cuts this year, and we're going to see potentially a 50 basis point cut happening this year, this September as well. Now let's look at some of the previous numbers. Fefe, why are you saying that? Number one, I'm also saying that you should subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, because I see we only have 100 likes and we have 500-600 people here, so please do that. But if you look at some previous numbers, you will be able to see that the numbers don't really look good. I mean, yesterday we see 80 non-farm employment change comes down to 54. It's a drop. It's negative. It's favoring cuts. You can look at unemployment claims. Again, yesterday 237, and the forecast was 230, meaning there are more unemployment claims than what they were expecting. And again, it's higher than the previous reading as well. So there's an uptick in unemployment, and job openings are down, meaning there are less jobs opening, higher unemployments, and that is, again, a recipe for a potential higher unemployment rate today and a potential cut therefore. So probably reasonable to assume job numbers will be bad. This is talking about today. Trump is claiming they aren't real numbers, as we talked with Stefan as well. These guys, so Stefan actually in the interview, if you haven't watched this, you should go and watch this. It's on the main channel. But explained very nicely that these numbers are just thumb sucking. They're just like, okay, I mean, there are like these 70-year-olds sitting in the office, so Democrats, by the way, so they make up the numbers, and then they just go, they take 60%, they take very few data points, and then when they report these numbers from this small sample size, it's only 60% ready. So that's why they have these revisions happening every month or two, and then they can revise all the numbers, but they had to revise like 80%, which is fucking substantial. Like, it's crazy. So what you see here is that the labor market is, and this is what Trump is saying here. He's saying that these numbers are not real numbers, and then we're just going to see what the numbers come in. Now, 50 basis point is not priced in. It's not priced in. As you could see, there is less than 2% probability for a 50 basis point cut happening in September. But imagine the scenario where the rate, where the unemployment comes in at like 5%. Imagine if someone went in the office and said, you know, I mean, the unemployment could potentially be at like 5% or 4.4 or 4.5 or whatever that might be. That will eventually be a problem. So if we see anything higher than 4.3 is extremely bullish for crypto. And if we see higher than like 4.4, 4.5, I think it's parabolic. It's not only a bottom, but it's like generational bottom, legit generational bottom. Now remember last time when we saw cuts happen, it was September 20. What year was this? 2024. September, Bitcoin went 90% down from 60,000 to 120, and then we've seen it in 2020 as well when Bitcoin went when the Federal Reserve cut rates massively and they went down. This is of course the COVID and whatever, so that's a different story. But Bitcoin went like 1,000%. So it's definitely something that we will need to pay attention to. It's happening in about 30 minutes from now, so we are going to pay attention to this. Now, one very important thing that I can tell you is that news always impacts markets, and I do think that this news will impact the market insanely. I genuinely think that Bitcoin will go to like I think we will see if this comes in above 4.5, I think we will see all-time highs within a week and a half before FOMC. I'm pretty confident. But that's not the only thing with news. Also, when it comes to news, someone's saying bottom is here. I mean, I told you bottom was here on the bottom. I told you 2 days ago, 3 days ago, bottom was in 3 days ago. But what I also wanted to tell you is that news trading is something that is super relevant and super cool for anyone to do, okay? So the team at Frontrunners, Lucky specifically, came with this concept of 247 terminal, like 247, you know, like 24/7, and So they came up with this 24/7 terminal thing. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? So what this thing does is absolutely incredible, okay? They filter, it's not everything. They have a set rules. They filter different channels, different social media accounts. They pitch immediately news. It's like Bloomberg Terminal. They are the first one to report the news here. It ticks, which was annoying during my show, but it's cool here. It ticks. A news comes in and you're able to preset what position you want to take on the news immediately. Here are the positions that I have taken. I can't go lower here, so I'll try to move myself so you'll be able to see it. So I can't move lower here, but I think you get the idea of the profitability of this thing. Like when the news comes, you just literally click on and you see the positions open right here. So this is something that I've been experimenting for quite some time now, for the past week, to be honest. News comes in. Breaking. Tesla proposes compensation agreement for Elon Musk potentially valued at $1 trillion as part of a 10-year plan. So it puts Doge in here. It puts hold on a second. It puts Doge in here. It puts Musk in here. It puts Elon token in here. It's all the tokens that are relevant. Gitcoin is launching a domain operator. I think we didn't refresh this. We didn't have this refresh because I took the news, and that's why it's coming in now. Because I had it taken down for the show, so it's not bothering me. But you will have this terminal, and you will be able to trade on the news. It's genuinely incredible. So if you're next to your computer, if you're sitting at work, if you can't really monitor the market, it's literally a no-brainer. You can preset all this stuff and just put it. I'm gonna put out a video probably this weekend about how the whole thing works. But you have $99. I think Ren is going a bit crazy with this, to be very honest with you. So Ren is telling us that they're going to have this tier structure. It's gonna get more expensive as more people come in, because we can't have all the people join in this. Like, that's the truth. If everybody's trading the same news, the market will move not good. So it's gonna be very limited amount of people who can get in, and there is $99 per month for 3 months, and then it becomes $199, and it becomes $499, and it becomes $699. So there's a link in the description. I genuinely want you to go down to the description and try this thing. Okay, it's incredible. So there's a link. There's a link in the description. You can go down here. It's literally right here. Cuz is also going to pin it up here in the chat. He already did. Very good job. So it's here in the pin chat. Go and test it. Secure your spot. I'm telling you, if you have messed out or whatever, then I can't help you. Like, unfortunately, again, it's going to be limited spots, but you can do that. And another thing that I did, because I love you guys, like genuinely I love you, and I'm going to tell you here, although I thought I'm only going to say is for the people who are in the Telegram, but I got you some free spots. So it's not a free... It's basically a trier. You can get, I could get you a key for 2 weeks, so you can use this terminal for 2 weeks for free. But I have only limited spots. So here's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I have this free Telegram. It's down in the description. I share my thoughts. If you want to be in there, then you can join in. It's literally, Cuz, did you put this in? Telegram is down in the description. I share my. Okay, Cuz is getting fired today, I think. Yeah. So it should be here, but it's Cuz is going to put it up here. If it's not there, it's here. So you can just join in here. To the Telegram. And for those of you who are in the Telegram, wait for, I'm gonna post this code. It's gonna be limited, but it's gonna be for 2 weeks completely for free. So go and do that. I'll post it in there. And of course, if I'm just talking about my Telegram, which is pretty cool, there is the trading channel. It's called the 100x Club, where I'm always pushing a daily update. I called the bottom perfectly. I literally said, here is the bottom. Do not get shaken out. I do these 5, 6, 7 minutes updates that will help you navigate the market. If that sounds good as well, just make sure that you come here and you subscribe to the channel as well, so I can see you over there. And when it comes to news trading, we have to talk about the trading competition. Cuz, are you already on WSOT? Yeah, of course. Are you pushing it with the terminal? I hooked up my account through Bybit here. You see it's on Bybit. I'm pushing for this, bro. I'm gonna news trade my way into the competition. So anyway, this is the WSOT happening. You can get a bunch of bonuses and cash and all the stuff by simply trading on Bybit. So if you have a Bybit account, go on to WSOT site. There's a link in the description. You just want to go in there and join us in our team. You will be able to join my team here, and we'll trade together through the competition. It's $10 million reward prize pool, so go and do that. It's actually incredible. There's no $500 minimum as it was in previous years. Anyone can join now. It's pretty cool, so go and check that out. And that said, I mean, this terminal is quite sick, hey? Yeah. I'm gonna post. Do you guys want me to give you this free thing? Since I want to join. Wait for the dump in 30 minutes. Not paying for anything else. Good. He at McDonald's. Don't fire Cuz. I can. Should I fire you? You're the nicest on Benta. Much love. Thank you. I would win. I genuinely told the guys. I said, look, this is new. Like, this whole terminal thing is new. You have to understand it. You have to upload. I'm gonna do a whole tutorial on this. But I mean, I want this free for my community. Like, I want them to be able to try it. So this is why I did it. And I'm going to post it on Telegram. You will be able. It's gonna be limited spots, but you will be able to get access to it for free and try it for free. No one gets this, by the way. Just so you know. Like, literally, I don't even know if I mean, I don't know who else gets this. Like, genuinely, and it's not even gonna be on the show link. So it's gonna be in the Telegram, but it's also a very good deal. I don't know. I think the $99 per month deal also ends today. Is it today? Today or tomorrow? So the $99 also ends very, very soon. So of course take the free one, but just so you know, it's gonna be $199 very soon. Let's go. What else? Much love. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, I want the terminal. I'm not having luck with the terminal losing money fast. What do you mean the terminal losing? Bro, you decide on the news you want. I'm interested, but right now I have no money to trade. If you're in the Telegram, you're gonna get it for free for 2 weeks. How about the market structure shift, Fefe? It's happening. 24/7 casino. It's not really, bro. It's not. Honestly, I thought it was shit, but it's awesome. It's amazing. I tried it. I was like, who would want to trade on a terminal? But it's actually incredible. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, we have to talk about 𝗪𝗪𝗫. Justin Sun in the house. Let's go. So, I wanna be careful what I say here, but I'm gonna have a full show dropped on the 𝗪𝗀𝗪 Club, an investigative video on the 𝗪𝗀𝗪 Club. So go and check that out later. But 𝗪𝗪𝗫, Trump's Web3 project, blacklisted Justin Sun's wallets. I mean, you can go here on Etherscan and you can see it, and it's blacklisted, and it's kind of effed. And the thing is, Justin Sun holds about 20% of all the 𝗪𝗪𝗫 tokens. And it was, you know, some of it was logged and whatever. But what allegedly happened, again, you have to watch the show. I'm going to publish it. But allegedly what happened is that Huobi users, which is owned by Justin Sun, could earn 20% APR if they lock their 𝗪𝗪𝗫 tokens. And so what happened is that apparently Huobi transferred funds to Binance to liquidate the users' funds so that Justin Sun will be able to put his tokens as the collateral for the users' funds. It's a complete mess up. Again, I'm gonna publish the full show and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think has happened. But for now, this is what you might be able to see. Is it true? Is it not? You'll have to see on the 𝗪𝗪𝗫 Club. I'm gonna post this show. Justin Sun obviously says he's innocent, and he came out with this whole thing saying the 𝗪𝗪𝗫 financial teams and the global community, as one of the early major investors in 𝗪𝗪𝗫 financials, I've contributed not only capital but also my trust and support for the future of this project. My goal has always been to grow alongside the team and community and to jointly build a strong and healthy WLF ecosystem, 𝗪𝗪𝗫 ecosystem. However, the course operation of my tokens were unreasonably frozen. So we will see how this goes. I mean, this guy has been backing Trump for like proper fucking money. Like, we're talking serious cash here. I think he has like almost $1 billion in 𝗪𝗪𝗫, something like that, 700 something million. It's like proper. Like, the guy is like proper. So yeah, we'll see how this whole thing unfolds, but it's gonna be interesting. Some of the other news: this AI generated image of Grant Cardone, who sold his Miami mansion for 400 Bitcoin with a deal closing 72 hours. I'm trying to get Grant on the show, so we'll see if that happens. Michael Saylor's strategy meets all criteria to be listed in the S&P 500. I'm gonna drop an explanation video on this as well on the 𝗪𝗪𝗫 Club, but it is happening today. We'll see. Exciting time. The first Bitcoin 𝗪𝗪𝗫, the Commonwealth team here put it very, very nicely. It cracked me up. They said Michael Saylor just turned hodling into a Fortune 500 business model. It's absolutely insane. Like, they literally just buy Bitcoin, hold it, and make it into the Fortune 500 in 5 years. Absolutely incredible. And big shout out to Commonwealth as well. Great people, great team. Eric Trump is teasing another announcement. I mean, it has to be 𝗪𝗪𝗫. I mean, cuz, what do you think?
Of course.
It has to be. It has to be 𝗪𝗪𝗫, bro. It's like, if it's not, Eric, I like you, but if it's not 𝗪𝗪𝗫, don't even make the effort of making the announcement, okay? That's that. And I wanted to tell you one more thing. I tweeted about this. So I tweeted about this. Let me just bring this up here. So I tweeted about this multiple times. Let me just, no, where is the, yeah, exactly. This is the tweet that I had. So I tweeted this quite some time ago in July, and I said you will see many major Web3 brands, companies, celebrities, communities trying to utilize crypto for their community in the next 12 to 18 months. Will be euphoria. It is massive opportunity, massive money to be made. As with memes, most will fail. We dance until the music plays. But Black Mirror, I don't know how many of you actually watch Black Mirror. Maybe I'm not even going to talk about it if nobody watches Black Mirror. I just want to know how many of you actually watch did you watch Black Mirror? Did you watch all the episodes? Did you watch half of it?
Yeah.
Which episode is your favorite?
I mean, it's too gory for me.
Which one?
It's too gory.
It's too gory.
Yeah.
Okay. Hodl is all you have to do. Yes, of course I do. Of course, I do best. Exactly. You see, I'm telling you, people are watching. Okay, I don't have time, but when I do, this is what I think about. And guess what? I make this publish. And then here we go. Black Mirror announces that they're going to have their token launch for their community. They're making a whole ecosystem. And they're having their TG next week, Monday. They have their TG coming. And the ecosystem and community allocation is almost 60%. So I invested in Black Mirror, and I'm super excited to see how this goes. I think it's a very interesting experiment where if you watch the show, you can literally just go on Black Mirror XP at Black Mirror _XP, and then you'll be able to see their let me just show this to you. You will be able to see you'll be able to see you'll be able to fill out these forms, and you'll be able to answer questions regarding the series. And you're able to earn these points, which is absolutely insane, which will reflect on an airdrop. It's a social experiment. I don't know how it will do, but I'm extremely bullish. I'm super excited to see. This just goes back to the thesis that I explained, is that major Web2 brands, this is what I want to keep an eye on. So I'm going to update you on what happens here, but it's going to be, I think if you are not doing this, and if you're a fan of Black Mirror, I think you're missing out massively. So let's do that. Yeah, positions, we can look at positions like, yeah, we're up. Look at this pump position up $6,000. Pump is dead. Fefe, pump is dead. When I was longing pump, you know, and I was down, what was this position down? $2,000 minus, $3,000 minus? Something like 80% minus. Fefe, you're shilling pump. Pump is dead. Never gonna bonk. Bonk is the real thing. Where is bonk? Let me just see. Let me just see for a second here. Yeah. Give me the opportunity to dance in the graves a bit. Oh no, is it down? Fefe, you're such an idiot for longing pump and fading bonk. Oh really? Oh really? Bonk is down 53%. Let me look at pump. Oh no, pump is up 80%. Thank you very much. This is all I wanted to tell you. Yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the show, smash and obliterate the like button. I'll see you back here on Monday when we're gonna talk about a bunch of other cool stuff. I want you to go and check out the terminal, guys. There's a link in the description. Go and check out the terminal. We're going to pin it as well. Go and see that. And also subscribe to the $100 Club. I am going to drop a video on this whole 𝗙𝗏𝗡 investigative thing. Join the Telegram. I'll drop the free access to the terminal. And guys, just enjoy life and everything else. This is going to be the $100 Club, so you will be able to see. It's going to be the subscribe button. And this is Fefe on 24/7 Crypto. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.